Welcome back to the second half. Teams just waiting to come out here. Apologies about the lack of stream in the first half, but we are back with the whole, hopefully uninterrupted of the second half. The teams are just out. Ronaldo's out for Portugal at the start of the second half. Just waiting on Wales. I think they're back out too. They're just coming out now. So let's get back to the second half then. Welcome back. And well, the first half that was really good to watch. Very good opportunities for both sides. And one must say, Ronaldo's come close with a couple of half chances. Ronaldo heading just wide of the far post near the end. But there's still no scores at the moment, and I think both teams are as they were before, so we're all set to get underway in this second period then at this moment in time. It's going to be Portugal to get us underway. In fact, Nani will conduct the kick-off. What happens is that usually there's a countdown, the referee waiting now till the appointed hour before we start the second half. So 9 o'clock PM we start and away we go. Manny gets us away in the second half. Portugal, of course, just to remind you of the colours in case you've forgotten. Portugal are playing in the all light blue strip and Wales in the all dark strip, and that's a weird thing that both teams are wearing their second choice strips. I think that's a UEFA requirement, which I don't understand why UEFA have to poke their nose in about which kits each team should wear. I think there should be a little neutral toss between the two countries, and whoever wins the coin toss should wear the traditional colours, like it's always been. Why should UEFA meddle in such just politics as that? I do not know, but it is what it is, and we're back with you now in the second half. No changes, I don't think, by any of the two teams. So it's the 11s as you've seen them now. Let's just run through them quickly in case you've forgotten. James Collins has it at the moment. Wales just passing the ball about a little bit. Patricio's in goal for Wales. For Portugal, rather. Alves, Font, Guerrero, Rafael, rather. Ronaldo is the captain. Mario is the number 10. Daniel, Sanchez, Nani, Cedric, and Silva. For Wales, I'm going in squad number order now. I've got time to go through formations. For Wales, Hennessy, Gunter, Taylor, Chester, Ashley Williams the captain, Joe Allen, Andy King, Al Robson-Kanu the man up front, Gareth Bale number 11, Joel Ledley who's number 16 with the beard, and James Collins the man who's come in for Ben Davis. He plays number 19. Andy King, of course, in for the other player who's suspended, of course, that's Aaron Ramsey. 0-0. Here's Gareth Bale now down the left hand side. Tries to motor his way down, but a good stop there by Jose Font. Got a good tackle in there, but now Chester wins in. He just has a little bit of Allen, but he gets in there ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo. Now on the far side we've got Gunter now. He's going to go down the right hand side. Wales are taking the goal to our left, so in the second half, incidentally. Wales, who haven't really been unduly troubled in the first half defensively. Here's Neil Taylor down the left hand side. Taylor now down the near side as we look, and he tries to cut inside, and the ball ricochets off the referee, and it falls favourably for Gareth Bale, who surely fouled there, but the referee having none of it. But there were two Portuguese players throwing him to the ground, almost dumping him to the ground, but the referee deciding against that. I suppose when you don't give free kicks to Ronaldo, you're not going to give free kicks to Bale, I suppose. So you've got to give the referee a little bit of consistency in that respect. And already Brandon is been in touch. He says Wales should score in this half. Usually in this tournament, Portugal are due for a goal in extra time. Laugh out loud, he says. Carl Maxima hopes something happens this half. The sun has just come up in New Zealand, says Kevin. Well, the sun's going down where we are at the moment in Europe. 0-0 between Portugal and Wales. And tackles flying in now. Allen in there on Rafael, but it's a free kick going against the Welsh. The referee from Poland, I have to say, from Sweden, sorry, Jonas Eriksson. Big game experience. Here's what happened. Well, I don't know. Adrian is sort of gone down. I don't think that's a free kick, I have to be honest with you. I think he's sort of play acted a little bit there, but the Referee was adamant it was a free kick, so a possible test for Wayne Hennessy here, and it's not going to be Ronaldo to take it. It's too far out even for him, surely. So it will be. I think it'll be floated in here by number 10 here, which will be Mario. Mario with his left foot ducks it in there, and plenty waiting in that. And like blue Jose Font was at the back post, and it was nodded away, and it will be a corner to Portugal. We started the second half with some purpose. It was a header away, in fact, by Andy King. So a corner now to Portugal. And we've started the first half rather well. Coming up towards 4.5 minutes of the second half. Got short, it is, and it's played in there with a great interest. Ronaldo's header in the 6-yard area, and it just had to be him, didn't it? Cristiano Ronaldo. And Wales trail rather here in Lyon, and it was from a very well worked set piece, one must say, from the far side. And Wales trailed, of course, in the quarterfinals, and now they'll need something similar to get out of this hole. Cristiano Ronaldo, who else? Free header, he never usually misses those, and it's disaster for Wales. They trail in Lyon in this first semi-final. Ronaldo very smiley, but I don't think he deserves that really when you look at overall in the tournament. But it was a clever move, put together, lovely cross in there. Ronaldo climbing up above Chester. Just have a closer look. Was it legal? Yes, of course it was. Yeah, he's there. He's won the header easily against Chester. And in the end, there was no chance for Wayne Hennessy. The header just flew in like the bullet. And it's not the start that Chris Coleman's side were craving. So at the moment, it's sad news to bring you at the moment, unless Wales can get back into it. They have been the better side, and I think this goal, even though how clever it was worked, I think it's come well and truly against the run of the play. Brandon has said Portugal, I can't pronounce it. Play 5, draw 4, 1 into the semi-finals. And Kevin says nice header. Unfortunately, I think it's against the run of play. And now the referee, I think he was going to get a yellow card out there for Ronaldo there, but it's a free kick to Wales. Well, Chris Coleman, the manager, will not panic. Neither will Gareth Bale. He's got cool head on his shoulders. The best way for Wales to respond is to react positively, and this man is one of the best guys at reacting in these sort of situations. He's got an ice cold temperament. Free kick from about 40 odd yards out, and he's going to chip that in towards Williams. Goalkeeper isn't the best, and I have to say Patricio should have caught that. He was under no great pressure at all, and he's completely punched it out. Not very far. It's a throw to Wales here in a promising position right on the edge, in line with the edge of the penalty area of Portugal. They're not the best defensively, so there's still chances here for Wales. Don't be fooled here. Portugal don't deserve to be in front, and Ronaldo doesn't deserve to score his goal, even though it was a good header. So 1-0 it is, and at the moment it's looking rather disappointing for Wales, but they haven't deserved it. Portugal they've been lethargic, to be fair, and yet again they've just got out of jail. They don't deserve to be winning. But here they come again now. I'm not really impressed. Ronaldo now getting his own way now over the far side. Here he goes, cuts inside. And they can't afford to go 2 down. Deflection on the cross favours not Nani, but it comes to Ronaldo. Ronaldo shoots. Danny ticks out a leg. Was he offside? He's giving it. I don't believe it. 2 goals in as many minutes, and it's turning into a nightmare for Wales. Oh, would you believe it? They don't deserve this, the Welsh. This is so sad. Portugal are heading to the final, but undeservedly. The only question mark I would have on the goal was Nani offside. And after looking at it again, it's his third goal in the tournament, but I thought initially he looked offside. Let's have a look at it again. Ball played in there, header out. Was he offside? Oh, he's just on, unfortunately, but he sticks out a leg. I don't think Nani can be offside from there, I'm afraid. And that is a sad and sorry sight for Welsh football. They don't deserve this. 2 goals in 4 minutes. And Portugal yet again leading a match they don't deserve, not alone a 1-0 lead, but a 2-goal lead. They don't deserve any lead at all. They've been poor, and that's surely got to be a yellow card. That was a clear pull down to the ground on Neil Taylor. The referee has got to get in there and book him. He's got to get in there for booking it. Well, this now, Coleman will have to change it for sure. Bale now, the next goal is so crucial now. Ronaldo and Cole don't deserve it. Make no mistake about it. Can Gareth Bale pull out something out of the fire? And I tell you what, if this goes in from the free kick, Ronaldo having his 2 penalties, he should shut his mouth, quite frankly. Ronaldo, if he keeps talking like that, he's going to get himself yellow carded. Can Wells get back into it? It's Bale from the left hand side, it's low down, it's too close to Patricio. And Brandon says his least 2 favourite players have scored for Portugal. Awful. Well, I have to say, on balance of play, it's not been deserved. They don't deserve to be 2 up in my opinion. But they do have that quality, whether you like them or love them. Ronaldo and Nani are a bit like Marmite. You either like them or you don't. And I'm afraid, I'm not the keenest of players. And Brandon says, you bragging underwear merchant. I think he's referring obviously to Ronaldo, of course, but unfortunately his header was just unstoppable, I'm afraid. But what Wales mustn't do is crumble. At 2-0 they've still got half a chance. There's still time, 35 minutes, there's easily... I mean, Wales scored 2, I think, against Belgium in the second half, so... It's not beyond the realms of possibility that they can get back into this game, but I just don't think they deserve this. Here's Alan. They won't give up Wales. You can be rest assured of that. Carl Maxwell says rubbish. I don't know what he's referring to there by saying that, but the comments aren't very favourable in Portugal's favour at the moment, I have to say. 10 minutes gone in the second half, and Portugal, undeservedly in my opinion, if you look over the balance of play during the 56 minutes that we've been playing, are 2-0 up, but an undeserved 2-0. And they have, I'm not exactly been impressed with them at all, and yet we see one of the worst teams, I think, to reach the final. But Wales have got to start being positive. They can't. What they can't afford to do is just let their heads drop. They've got to keep their spirits up. Yes, they've got to come forward now. I'm sure Coleman will change it within the next minute or 2. He has to. He's already got a player on. And oh, this is ridiculous. Sanchez is rolling around as he's being shot, and the referee has got to stop this. Taylor. Okay, he's taken him out, but that is ridiculous. The play acted, he's kicked his shin, nothing more. Sam Vokes of Burnley's about to come on. Could he be the saviour for Wales, the Burnley man? It's Joe Ledley. He's worked his socks off all the way through, but without any reward. I think Coleman's hand was forced with the second one, I think. And it will be Sam Vokes and Robson Cano up front now. It's going to be 2 up top. This was the first goal. Clinical header, one must say. Although Ronaldo, the way he's gone about his business in this tournament, he doesn't deserve any praise, but one cannot legislate for headers like that when the bullet ones like that. His play acting goals before him. He's an absolute... I don't think he's a respectful player. I think he's in it personally for the money and to show off everything, but he does have the finishing quality, there's no doubt about it. And then the second one was Nani tapping it in, and to be fair though, he was onside, but that, I'm afraid, they've had 2 shots literally in the entire game and scored both times from them. But they, on balance, Wales don't deserve this lead, don't deserve this deficit. And I'm not saying this to be biased, I'm saying it because I honestly think that Wales have been the much better side. But sometimes the better sides never get it their own way, and I think the Swedish referee hasn't helped matters. But Portugal, let's be fair, don't deserve their lead. They're not a good side. And they got through the first 2 knockout rounds by default. They shouldn't have finished third. They were in an ace of going out. They should have got out really in the first round. And well, it's still Bell. Oh, this is ridiculous now. The players Daniel went forward. Bell was basically shoved him off. 3 this referees falling for these theatrics. And it's getting ridiculous now. I feel so sad for the Welsh here. They don't deserve this. Ball forward. Surely Chester will get it back. He was just beaten to the punch by Ronaldo on that first header. The second one has rubbed salt into a very big wound. I did initially think it was offside, but when you look at the replays again, but also you've got the benefit of TV footage as well as listening to the commentary, watching it on the TV, you'll see that he was just about level. And it was only marginal, but the right decision was made. As much as that hurts. Here's Taylor now trying to play that in, but Sanchez cuts that out. And a third goal would be an absolute flattery, because Brandon says, can we rewind and play the 49th minute to the 54th again? Well, I wish we could. I wish we could get the TARDIS back and do that for you, Brandon. But I'm afraid to say that... oh, dearie me. If that's another free kick to Portugal, then this is a disgrace. It isn't. I think Sam Vokes as well, and it is right to try and win that against Bruno Alves. I do think some of the Portuguese theatrics has been nothing short of diabolical. We don't need these sort of people in these finals, however good they are. Because I hope and pray if they do reach the final, Portugal, and they haven't deserved it, let's be fair. And I don't know what Ronaldo can complain about. It was a free kick. Now Bale. Wales need to go forward. Here's Vokes in the area. Vokes shuts him down. Sure, he was... oh, that was a high foot by Alves. It had to be a penalty. The referee wasn't having any of it. It looked like a high foot on Vokes. I tell you what, in a Premier League game, that would have been a penalty. And here is the villain of the piece, Ronaldo. And he goes down as if he's been shot. And the referee has bought it. I don't believe this decision. It's not a yellow card. James Chester can count himself very, very unfortunate. That is not a foul for me. That is a pure and utter dive. He's looking for it. He's absolutely looking for it. That is ridiculous, and this is a penalty. It's a blatant high foot. He's getting nowhere near it. That's a penalty. In my book on Sam Vokes, he's absolutely gone in high foot. That's a penalty. And then the referee blows up for a feeble decision when Ronaldo's clearly dived. Clearly dived. I'm usually calm when I'm commentating, but I am fed up of Portuguese players now winning free kicks for silly theatrics. It's unbelievable. Famous to Portugal and not, well, Ronaldo now. He's getting everything his own way now. Very disrespectful player. 28 metres from goal. Ronaldo shoots over the bar. And maybe, just maybe for once in this crazy game, justice has been done. Because he should never have won the free kick in the first place. And as a commentator, I've never been so incensed in my life. Kevin makes the point that Vokes was kicked in the face. I have to agree. I called it first up. It was a penalty. To be fair, there weren't any great appeals, but it looks as if Vokes is going to go up top on his... no, he's going to have a new strike partner here, Vokes. Simon Church, formerly of Reading. It's going to come on. I'll tell you which club Simon Church actually plays for whilst we're calming down, because I am so unhappy with the way the referee's gone about it. He plays for the MK Dons, who have just been relegated from, unfortunately, one of the Sky Bet Championship, but he's a good enough striker to time for a Championship club maybe next season. But what they've got to do, Wales, is try to play the football, not the theatrics. I do think the referee has decided it. I think the referee's made some very callous decisions tonight, and I am fed up of I've commentated on Portugal now twice. This has been the second night, and about time the referee. About time! About time you gave a decision against them! About time! Jonas Eriksson, hang your head in shame. Now then, free kick, Bale to take. One back for Wales will make it interesting. It's... really, these Portuguese fans who are making all the noise. Can Bale silence them? Free kick is straight in the arms of Patricio, who probably just listened to what I just said, catching the ball and not punching it like he did last time. The Portuguese fans celebrate, but I'm afraid on balance of play they don't entitled to be celebrated halfway through the second half. As we come up towards halfway through the second half, it's still 2-0 to Portugal, and it's an undeserved 2-goal lead. And I've got to be honest with you. I thought this was going to be a close game. I don't think Ronaldo there nipping in. He can be bothered now because he scored. Here's Sanchez, middle of the Welsh half. Nani shoots, and Hennessy has lost it, and oh, he's missed it! Unbelievable miss, and maybe for once, just maybe, fortune favoured the Welsh. It wasn't the best of goalkeeping by Wayne Hennessy, who's really in this tournament not really put a foot wrong. To be fair to the goalkeeper, his aim wasn't caused out too much by a deflection, but didn't matter in the end because Mario feebly put the ball wide, and I tell you what, that could just give Wales that little enemy sentiment. Johnny Williams will come on, the Crystal Palace man. James Collins, who ran the show, he won the battle against Ronaldo in the first half, just couldn't live with him in the second. But John Williams is a great competitor, and here will battle and Harry in the midfield. And you just think that decision to chalk Aaron Ramsey out of this semi-final, that decision from the referee, and I think the referees have done Wales a bit of injustice over the last two games. I really do. Here's Gareth Bale now for Wales, far side. Can he get a good crossing? He can, folks, he's there, but he can't control the header, and it goes wide of the far post to this total disconsolation. Bale worked it well, and Vokes just couldn't get the touch. He was onside. Daniel missed the header, but Vokes got underneath it. There we go. Brandon makes the point about the refs, but not as bad as the Copa America. Well, there was a referee in the Copa American final, if I'm not mistaken, who made some very bad errors. He sent off two players, I think, wrongly. I think, if I'm right. I might be wrong, Brandon. I'm sure you'll correct me if that's the case. Kevin also makes the point about the refs. They have been, most of them have been a disgrace. I don't understand why we couldn't have had Nicola Rizzoli in charge of this game. I think he would have been a much fairer referee. I've no disrespect against Swedish referees, but I'm sick to the back teeth of referees from these far-flung nations like Sweden, from Turkey, from all that. I just think it's an absolute ridiculous. Cristiano Ronaldo says he's arrived. Well, it's taken him until the semi-final to arrive. I don't think, well, Panini, as much as I agree with you on some of the things, I think if you look at the 67 minutes, I think Wales have been the better team. Don't kid yourself. They have been good second half, but I just think Ronaldo has been the villain. And I'm not saying this to be biased against them. I've not been impressed with them at all. They've been diving, cheating, all sorts. Wales should have had a clear penalty. Ronaldo's cheated to win a free kick which he nearly scored from. If you think he's a very good player and he's arrived, then I'm sorry, you've got to be mistaken. But here come Wales now, looking for a chance here just behind the likes of Vokes and Williams, but Bale picks it up now midway inside the half. Got Taylor, and that's just too much on it, unfortunately, and it's gone for a goal kick. But I think the referee's had he's saying things, and he's said a lot of the decisions against Wales, unfortunately. And I just think we want some fairness in these tournaments. Going back to the refereeing issue, why are we having Swedish officials refereeing a match of such importance as this? Sure, it must be the best Italian officials, the best Spanish officials, the best French officials. Why have we got a Swede in charge of a big semi-final like this? Of course he's going to be biased towards Portugal. Of course he's going to be. And I think that's a disgrace. Come on, Wales. Let's see. To be fair to Wales, they haven't given up at all. But here we come again now with Sanchez. Sanchez now to Mario. Mario has got plenty forward. And here's Nani. Cedric on the overlap. Nani's cross deflected, but he's kept it in, the goalkeeper. Oh my days! Oh my days! He kept it in, for heaven's sake, referee! That is an absolute disgusting decision! Hennessy has kept that in my book. No way in the world! It's not over the line! No way in the world! What does that official with the magic wand really do? That is a ridiculous decision! An absolute ridiculous decision by the referees. I think the officials would come out of this with... I think the officials should be disgraced with their performance. And the ball isn't on the quadrant, I think, from Mario. But it's a corner kick and the whistle's gone. There's been a bit of pushing and shoving. But the referees, I'm sorry. That decision to give Portugal a corner was pathetic and downright stupid. How on earth could they honestly see that the whole of the ball had gone behind the byline? That is an absolute disgrace. Never